Hey folks, Russell Longcore here from Portable Online Business. At portableonlinebusiness.com, we match people up with internet marketing businesses through which they can, or actually, let me say that again. Let me start again. We match people up with internet marketing businesses that they can use and they can run them profitably from the comfort of their own home or anywhere else that they want to run the business. Cool concept. It's working great for us. We'd love to have you take a look at it and see if it would work great for you also. Today's short video is going to be about the 2-week notice. Now, I don't know what your situation is in your work, whether you've ever resigned from someplace and given a 2-week notice. The customary way to leave a company voluntarily is to give them a 2-week notice and then work out that notice if they ask you to, and then at the end of that 2 weeks to leave. I've done that on a couple of occasions where I was going from one job to another. And in both of those situations, they did ask me to work the 2-week notice. They did ask me to actually stay around. And it was nice to know that I'm leaving on great terms with folks, and that they still considered me to be a cog in the wheel, as it were. But I've also been fired from a couple of jobs. Matter of fact, I can think of, in my adult lifetime, I've actually been fired, like get out, from 3 jobs. The first one was when I was a brand new Farm Bureau insurance agent at the age of 19. And the guy that hired me, and this is back in Michigan, probably in 1973, I'm thinking, something like that. And the guy that hired me was a different guy that fired me. The guy that hired me, after he hired me and I got my licenses and stuff, he went down the street like a block and opened up an independent agency. And one of the first people that he didn't come to anybody in the place except me for some strange reason. Maybe he figured that I was new clay that he could mold, and that was okay because he was a great guy. His name was Jim Wood, and I love Jim Wood to this day. But Jim was the manager that hired me, and another guy named Mike somebody fired me. But they got wind of the fact that Jim had, well, they already knew that Jim had left because he wasn't there anymore. But somebody got wind that I had actually been seen talking to Jim. And so the new manager, Mike, he just said, well, we're going to have to part company. That's how he said it. We're going to have to part company. And so there was no 2-week notice. They weren't asking me to stay for 2 weeks and help them out. It was like, well, pick up your stuff and go. That was the first time. The second time was in 2005. I was working as a claims examiner for an insurance company. And the vice president of claims and I did not like each other at all. And one day, the claims manager of the unit that I was in tapped me on the shoulder in our little cubicles and said, "Come with me." And I kind of had a feeling what this was about. But I said, "What's the deal?" And she said, "Just come on." And so we got on the elevator, went back down to the first floor, walked into the HR department, and they sat me down and said, "Well, we're firing you today." So and I said, "Well, all my stuff's upstairs. Let me go upstairs and get it and clean out my desk and put it in a box, and I'll leave." They said, "Oh, no, you can't go back upstairs. We don't want any trouble. We have people that are going through your desk right now, picking out all the stuff that's yours personally, and they're putting it in a box, and they'll bring it down to you in a little bit. And then when you have your box, we'd like you to go to the parking lot, get in your car, and leave." And when the box came downstairs, I had a few things to say about how I thought I was being treated at that time. And they had 4 security guards that were there that said, "Mr. Longcore, it's time to go." And they had 4 guys walk me to my car. Now, I'm a big guy, but I'm not a match for 4 guys. I'm just not. So, why would I want to fuss at this? They already said goodbye. It's time to go. The third time was, well, never mind, it happened about a year ago. But my point is that when an employer wants to let you go, they normally don't give you a 2-week notice. If you're going to get a pink slip and get laid off, are they going to give you a 2-week notice, or are they going to just say, here, a report to the unemployment office tomorrow? Normally, that's the way that it goes. Normally, when the employer decides that you're no longer somebody that they want to keep on the payroll, it's instant. It's leave right now. Wouldn't you agree? Hasn't that been your experience? If it has been your experience, let me know by some kind of a comment. If that's not been your experience, I'd love to hear about that also. But I guess my point about this is, we as the employees lend way more courtesy to the employer at the time where we part company than the employer gives us when they initiate the parting of the company. Wouldn't you agree? They throw you out the door when it's time to go. No 2-week notice, none of that kind of stuff. The only instance that I had in my working lifetime where someone actually said, we're going to be laying you off and it's going to come in March, and we realize that it's like January now, so we want you to go ahead and just keep working your files and work yourself to that point, but we know that we've got to make this strategic layoff, and you're the guy that's going to get laid off, was Crawford and Company here in Atlanta. And they treated me wonderfully. Crawford and Company is the best independent adjusting company on the face of this planet, and I'll say it plainly and I'll say it openly. They treated me great there, and I loved Crawford. But my point, folks, don't miss the point, is when it's time for you to go and the employer thinks it's time for you to go, there ain't no 2-week notice. So before that happens, I may be talking to people that are unemployed looking at this right now, and that probably happened for you. You probably got a pink slip and got shown the door. I'm sorry to hear that. It's happened for me. It's happened for you. Let's make something good about it. Let's turn our lemons into lemonade and get a portable online business at home. If you're in a situation where you're still working and you're concerned about whether you're going to continue to have a job, don't wait until you're thirsty to dig your well. Start now. Let's start together finding you a portable online business that you can excel in and you can run profitably from your home. That would be the best solution to this whole thing. So my suggestion is, going forward, in your and this is just me talking to you. You can throw it out and not think about it at all ever again. But I'm 59 years old. I've been fired and hired lots of times. And if I was ever fired and hired again, and it came time for me to leave, I would lay my badge on the door or on the desk of the manager, and I'd walk out. No 2-week notice, none of that kind of crap. They don't care about you, so you should probably not care as much about them. So, as we end up here, here's what I'd like you to do. I'd like you to come and look at what we have in the way of portable online business. So that's going to require you to look below this video and find the link for portableonlinebusiness.com. Click on that link. Come to our website and find what you're looking for. Find the freedom of time and the freedom of finances that you've always dreamed about and never had. So come see us. And for today, this is Russ Longcore. I wish you happiness. I wish you wellness. I wish you peace. But mostly, I wish you joy. Thanks, folks. See you later.